Hello everyone, Cypher here with another storytime video. Some of you enjoyed the last and first video I made about how I met Evan, so I thought I should make another one. That and the fact my next video project has been put on hold as I'm desperately trying to find a full voice actor, as the one I found kind of bailed on me. I have the Loki voice actor and he sent me the lines ready to go, but still waiting on that. So, this topic is a little bit darker than usual and not really fun to talk about. But here we go. I even wrote a script a bit on this one, so hopefully I don't get distracted. Online relationships. I've had a somewhat extremely negative experience when it comes to dating online and a big opinion on the subject matter, so I thought why not? Just to warn, some of the content in this one may be a little bit depressing or a bit of a downer compared to my usual content. So if you're still here, hi! So, ever since I was little, I've never had many friends. Yeah. I know that's a line thrown around a lot, especially here on YouTube. But just to set the scene, I was literally the kid with not many friends, singled out for being weird, be called weird on pretty much a regular basis, which I can handle now, and could be seen frequently just with my head inside a book, walking in circles rather than out playing with the other kids. So as you instantly tell from that small bit of information, I was, and still pretty much am, a pebble when it comes to social and human interaction. This carried on with me, including through secondary school. So bearing this in mind, I get super excited and sometimes a little enthusiastic when I make a friend or speak to someone new online that generally has an interest in getting to know me. When I was around the age of 12 to 13, I had a cringy phase we all have around that age. You know, the phase where we obsess over something very cringeworthy and become a stereotype. Example, Undertale, FNAF, or Sonic or something. My cringe factor days were... Happy tree friends. Seriously, I even had a flippy plush for... So I used to use this online website by the name of HTF Social, which was obviously a site where fans of the show could post forums, but most importantly, all interact in an online chat room. I just googled to see if the website still exists, only to find a post from 2014 stating, "For those out there who do not know yet, HTF Social was tragically and unexpectedly closed down on the 4th of the 3rd, 2014. So that's good, I suppose. And on this site, I started chatting to a girl, who for the sake of this video is going to be called Flaky, because HTF references and all that. She had pretty much nearly all the same interests as me, and it was amazing to talk to her. Flaky and me used to chat on the daily, roleplay, etc., and over the space of a few years had built an entire OC imaginary city, filled with different characters we'd made over the years, which to this day I am still slightly fond of it, I must admit. So we chat on the daily pretty much from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. Considering she lived over in Ohio, there was a solid 5-hour difference, meaning I would usually stay up till 1 to 3 in the morning every night just to talk to this girl. And sure enough, as you may have assumed, there came a time where Flaky said she felt she had feelings for me. And as I already talked to her on the daily and couldn't imagine her out of my life, already just romanticising this idea of the day I would finally go to America and meet this girl of my dreams, or so I thought. But eventually the cracks began to appear, doubts, insecurities, resentment. It was already bad enough we were so far apart and we couldn't see each other. It got to the point 5 or so years had gone by and just typing away to each other wasn't enough anymore. I remember Flaky at one point started to supposedly see a counsellor and used to say she hallucinated another side of her that used to torment her, etc. And it became exhausting spending hours trying to calm her down, while when I think about it now years later, I can only assume she was merely attention seeking, as it eventually just stopped with no explanation. The day she dumped me, it was midnight and I had just come out of my waitressing job. I remember going to the pitch black empty park in my area and just sobbing on Skype like a baby, begging her not to leave me. I didn't want to be alone again. I knew she was all I had. She was a comfort, someone to speak to each day and not feel so lonely. But she blocked me on everything and I fell into a more severe depression. It was a time in my life I remember literally waking up in the morning and the first thing I wanted to do was cry. Again, I had no one to speak to, and the crushing weight of my loneliness was crushing me and reminding me I had no one again. I cried a lot during that time. I'd like to say I had a bunch of friends who managed to replace the space she left behind, but not really. And now I'm 20 years old, and in fact I have less people in my life than then. I had 2 close friends that I ended up driving away, but that's a whole other story. It made me want to appreciate the friendships I do make, if anything. Those long years of relying on one person and neglecting everything else around me has made me think. I really appreciate the few online friends I've managed to pluck since seriously changing this channel into what it is today. Having viewers of my channel actually became a part of my streaming team, for example, is just amazing. As for the few friends I've made, I hope to stay friends with them for as long as they'll have me, really. I need to stop ditching people because I'm afraid they'll do it to me first, and just enjoy the short time I do get with someone else's company. This has kind of been a long video and I'm sorry, but I feel it's a subject close to my heart, and for those of you going through the same or similar situation, know you're not completely alone. Other people just like you are going through something similar, and if like me you have limited human interaction and feel lonely, find something you enjoy and stick to it. Such as whether it be video games or something stupid like YouTube. Because I mean, hey, my love for fiction and anime landed me with Evan, who I cannot be more thankful for. He's the biggest reason for me to try each day to make things work, and have made me recover from a broken heart. Sorry this video was a little deep. If you stuck all the way through, thanks and hi. I promise the next video will be, you know, a bit more positive. Just on a friendly note, I think I'm gonna end this video with a clip from New Year's of Evan literally praising fireworks. I'd like to say he also got very drunk that night and punched a Christmas tree. Unfortunately, I don't have that on film. Anyway, Happy New Year's everyone, and stay weird.
1 minute and I can leave this shitty year behind.
It's not 1 minute, it's 12 AM, here we go.
What?
Monday the 1st of January, here we go.
Oh!
Hey.
Hi 2018!
Yo, what up? I hope you're not as shit as the last one. You've got an orange running the biggest country in the world. And he's a cunt. He's fat and he's...
Impeach!
No, I said an orange, not a peach!
In orange. I was trying to get you doing that with the fireworks. Do a dab. Start the new year. I didn't get it. Could you do that again?
Oh, fuck off! Oh, no, you got to do one for the camera. Oh, I'm fixed. You have to. We're still recording, cool. Do a big fat dab. There we go. No, carry on, carry on, carry on. No, do it more! Alright, there we go. That'll do. Everything's coming up exploding.